Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join me in the wild landscape of the Angus Glens here in Scotland. And for today's adventure, I'm basically stopped here in the wee car park next to the Piper's Hillock. And I thought it's a cool place to start today's video. I've just actually flown my drone around and gotten some cool shots of Early Monument that I'm going to include at the end of the video. Check it out folks, we're now joined by Highlander 87 out here, and he's got his drone doing a flyby of Early Monument. He's just taken off. You can check out his drone footage on his channel, Highlander 87 folks. And yeah, we're just basically going to go to a few locations and get some cool footage. Absolutely mad scenes out here. The Early Monument looks so cool up on the hill. Built in, I believe, what was it again? 1906 or something like that. Some ancient time like that folks, mad. Right folks, we've now come to our next location on the video and we're going for a wee adventure here up into this glen, because we're going to go up to Lo Shandra and document the dam, because it's a cool little place I've not been to for ages on the videos. And you can see this track that we're making our way up beside this little stream, and this stream actually leads, there's a little lower dam here at the lower section here of the glen. We'll take a quick look at that first, and then we'll head up to the proper big dam, which is further up the glen here. And yeah, I've got the drone in the backpack today folks, so we're going to get some cool footage of Lo Shandra. And I do love having a proper explore of like the old cement construction. I believe this is probably a Scottish water site. That'll be how there's a wee shed. They'll be controlling or monitoring the flow of water here. Yeah, this is mental. Look at the old dam here. Well, I better no fall in the river here folks, but I'm wanting to get a wee shot of this. Check it out, the big pipe and stuff like that. The craziest scenes on the channel folks. And this was probably built back maybe the early 1900s or within that time period. But there's still fishing and stuff goes on, I believe, up at Lo Shandra. Yeah, check it out folks. At this time of year, everything's overgrown in Scotland like a proper jungle, and you can see it here. It's an absolute madness. So we're about to head up the track to the bigger, more impressive dam. Check it out folks, we've made it to this paradise location here in the wildlands of Scotland. And this is the incredible Lo Shandra Dam here. And I love the construction of it. We'll get this little latch open here folks and head in over. I'm wanting to go and look at the overflow. Check it out here folks, this is the wild loch here of Lo Shandra. And the overflow looks incredible when the water's smooth. And then it runs off here, down over this concrete construction here in the land. Check it out folks, this is mad. There is a wee shed down here with some like control valves and stuff. But you can see the height of the dam here. It was a fair construction originally back in the day. And to see it here, it's a cool adventure often coming up into these Highland glens for a walk in a place like this. Check it out here, the waterfall. It's not a natural waterfall like we often see on the channel. This one's a fully man-made waterfall here for the overflow of the loch. Check it out, that's probably like a 30-foot drop or something right there. Wow, what a scene. It's quite mossy. I'm not sure how actually grippy it is right here to be heading down. Oh, it's quite steep. I've got the wobbles folks, I've got the wobbles. I might hate to just like literally jump down to this safer side. I was away to walk down because it's quite a steep slope, wasn't it? Sometimes you lose your balance. I should have just gone full send originally without thinking about it. Here folks, I'll lay my bag. I brought my bag with the drone, I'll lay it here. Realist of adventures on the channel folks, and you know it. It's jump up here and have a look. Yeah, it's just that slope. I was struggling there to balance. Also because it's mossy, I didn't trust how strong it was. Yeah, this is obviously designed so if there's a lot of water flowing off the loch, the force of that water gets broken before it returns into the river area here. But you can see from this pool, it's obviously quite ferocious here at times. You can see the end of the cement construction down here. Wow, this is special, folks. Look at that for a scene. You can see my shadow in the frame. At this time of year, the sun's at a low angle in the sky. Just check this out, it's absolutely magical. We've got Highlander 87 out here as well, getting the shots with his drone. And I'm going to go for a fly about with mine as well once I jump down. But there's a couple of cool spots. We'll go and take a look at this control shed down here. And then we'll go and take a look at this old boathouse as well. But first, I want to go and have a look at this overflow area. We'll take a closer look at that. I don't know, this is probably easier to walk up than it was to walk down, because at that moment I had the wobbles, folks. It's like, often if you just commit to something like that, you're better than actually thinking about it and standing and looking at it. Yeah, look at this, it's so overgrown, even in the overflow here, folks. It's proper bushes. Absolute madness. I can feel spider webs and stuff on my head. On the hill behind the loch as well, there's two cool old abandoned crafts that we have visited on previous videos, probably like a couple of years ago or whatever. Yeah, I'll head down into here. There'll be some mad wildlife in areas like this. I've seen loads of frogs and stuff at this spot years ago, but I've not been here for so long. That's how I thought today. It's mad to come back. Wow, look at it here. It's all built with the stones. Let's head on through. Check out this, folks. It's made with old railway sleepers right there. That's what this is, the old railway sleepers. Probably at one time there was old steam trains or something hurtling over them, and then they were reused, repurposed. And look at this, we're at the height of the loch here. The dam wall obviously is to our left. Wow, this is insane. My feet is in the waters here of Lo Shandra. I'm going to try and go up and get a closer look. I need to watch so I don't slip. Check this out here, folks. Real history, real mad locations of Scotland. It's the waters of Lo Shandra here on the channel, and wow, here's the DJ's drone flying over, getting the clips. I'm super aware that this is slippy down where I'm standing. Look how smooth it is there as it drops over. Yeah, it's so cool to see. Wow, what an adventure. And look how many berries is on this tree. I think that's like a rowan tree or whatever. This whole area here is obviously constructed with the original dam. And you can see how well it's been constructed. When the water flows equally over the whole surface, that means it's completely level. And that's back in the day. They built this before they probably had laser levels and all the modern technologies. Anyway, folks, let's head along. Yeah, what a scene. I'll try and go this way. I think it's easier to walk around. Each stone is quite mossy, and the lands can be incredibly wild up here at times. There's a lot of walkers and stuff making their way around these hills in the distance as well. Check this out here, folks. This is actually the wee shed where the taps and stuff are. It must be so they can relieve the pressure of the dam or whatever. They can open the tap and release the water down this secondary little burn. So yeah, it's interesting. One of these pipes in here must go down to the wee shed we saw at the lower dam, and then the other pipe must release into this burn. And that's the reason they've got two control mechanisms within this little shed here. Oh, this is mad, folks. Let's take a look in. It looks so overgrown right here. Wow, yeah, the other side's actually easier to walk in. So let's head round. This is the coolest of adventures. I just love old historical constructions like this on the land. Exploring them and seeing what's left. Obviously this one's not fully abandoned, it'll still be used from like Scottish water and stuff. Yeah, wow folks, look. The old pipes. Yeah, I'm not sure where all these spider webs are down here. I can see spiders on the grass. Look, there's so much water in here. And loads of those creatures on top of the water. Check this out folks. Climbing into history right here. Wow, we made it. I need to watch out for some of these creatures, like whatever's lurking. Look, there's been a sheep or something eaten in here, maybe by a fox. Wow, I can hear the drone. I totally jumped out of my skin. I wondered what it was. Look at this, the old valves. You can see it's got that look of like the early 1900s when the freshwater supply was often getting sorted out for the land. And a place like this can often be like a backup dam for some of the bigger Angus dams. Look at the lifting hooks on the roof that they must have had at a certain time for lifting in all the apparatus they needed down here. Wow folks, let's head on out here. I need to do that mad manoeuvre that I just did a minute ago so that I can actually reach. Here goes nothing folks. The realest of adventures. I didn't want to get soaked. Yes, we've done it. What a scene. I always say it, but it's just so cool. Wow. It's mad because this at one time was like wild lands and they've actually tamed it to build this construction. And it must have been such a big operation for the control and the flow of the water. Yeah, on to the next thing on this video folks. I'm going to go up to the far end and take a look at the wee boathouse. Check out this for the scene of the wee shed. And there is quite a ferocious roar comes off of that waterfall at the far end. So look at this folks, for a paradise scene of Scotland on this week's video. And look at the little boathouse and the old jetty at the corner there. It's kind of like a little fishing pier, which looks worse for wear. But yeah, there's a wee picnic bench kind of bit where I way to go and sit at, and I might fly my drone up and get some cool shots of this place. And yeah, it's just amazing. It's often so like rugged and wild at this side, and then when you turn around you get this incredible loch. And on a day like today the water's quite smooth at this end, but then further out it's a wee bit choppy. Check it out folks, here's the wee fishing jetty. If that hadn't been very strong I would have been in trouble. Look, you can see down through the water there's some bricks and some stones, but it looks like it gets deeper and I can see some weird underwater plants growing there. I'm not seeing any fish kicking about though. I probably flagged them all when I jumped. What a scene this is folks. Look at the wee boathouse with the kind of watery grass sticking up. And then this with the big forest to our right hand side. A day like today it's perfect exploring conditions up in these glens, whereas down at the lower lands there it was proper like foggy and miserable. It's like the further up and the more wild land we've come to, it's just been such a sunny day. Yeah, let's head over here folks and look at it through this angle. This is just cool. Sometimes in a place like this I'm waiting to switch the camera off and then I just see something and I think it's just amazing. A scene of Scotland. So maybe one day in the future folks we'll have to take a walk up that hill. Halfway up there's an old abandoned like croft house, and I flew the drone up there but it was losing RC signal from my controller. Twice I lost it and I had to return it back here, so yeah, I don't know how the footage is going to look, but I did get a couple of shots. You'll see it at the end of this video of that little cottage on the hill. And it is mad to see there was 3 swans up there at the far end. I got a clip of them, but they were just chilling and I wasn't going too close to upset them. They were just kind of swimming about in the water. But on some of the other clips I was also amazed at how clear the water was when I flew to the far end and looked at the overflow. It's just magical getting to see it from the sky. Anyway, on with this adventure. We're literally in this fairy tale landscape right here, folks, and it's proper warm conditions. The sun's shining. We're blessed with the weather, and we've managed to cover a good few areas today for flying, as you'll see at the end of this with the cinematic montage that I'm going to include. Right folks, that's us back down to the car park, so I'm going to end this video here. It's been cool to have a look around here and document that cool piece of landscape around the old dam, and then the wee buildings like the boathouse and stuff up there. It's just a picture postcard scene, and at the end of this video I'm going to include all the drone footage, folks, so stay tuned for this. Anyway, I'm ending it here. Goodbye for me, goodbye for Highlander 87, folks. Go and check him out as well on YouTube, and we'll see you soon with the next one, wherever we end up going.
You